Hello, welcome back to Leith Central, and a quick update on two new additions to the fleet and also on how the V3 project has reached its conclusion, as well as a quick update on the progress on the layout. So hope you enjoy, and I'll get on to the new additions right now. Okay, so the first new addition is Hornby's R3555, the Princess Coronation Class William Stanier FRS, number 46256. This is the latest Hornby release of the Duchess with the IVT modifications. And the reason for this joining the fleet is it was one of the very few Duchesses to work over the Waverley route and was serviced on St Margaret's Shed towards the end of its career, and it was the last Duchess in BR service. So once the desailing parts are fitted and there's a spot of weathering put onto it down at the club to make it into the condition it ran on that train, complete with its reporting number card on the front, I'll be doing a full review on this model. This is a brand new model, fresh out the factory, so we'll get around to doing a review on that on the channel in the near future. The second new arrival this month is this Bachmann 9F, number 92116, which you've probably guessed from the mention of the V3 project being complete. This is not going to stay as 921116 for very long. This, although a Cardiff-based example, I cannot find any record of it working within Scotland, and with my layout being a Scottish-based layout as well as the club's layouts being a Scottish-based layout, this will become 92019, one of the very few 9Fs to work freight over the Waverley route with pictorial evidence. 92019, 92009 and 92233 are the three I've found photos of on the route. So this will become 92019 and will be paired with my rake of press floors for the club's Newcastleton layout. So this will be renumbered, the foot numbers are on order from Fox Transfers, and also it'll go to Lake Crest and it will be weathered. The reason for ordering this, it was going quite cheap on eBay second hand. Good runner, good condition, and it's the correct chimney and tender layout to form one of the ones that ran over the Waverley route, so that's why I've gone for this one. And speaking of projects to make locals local locals, let's take a look at the completed V3s we saw renumbered on the channel earlier in the year. Okay, so here's the two completed renumbered V3s. The only thing they are missing are their reporting code lamps. I haven't fitted these due to not deciding which workings they'd be on the club, but 67670 will be working a normal passenger trace, so I'll just have one lamp fitted, and I think I'm going to fit fitted freight lamp irons to 67635. 67635 has had a medium level of weathering applied by a good friend of mine, Gary, down at the club, and also there's been a light weathering applied to the running plates and boiler top and cab roof on 67670 to match photos we've seen of both engines. The idea is to give the idea of the V3s at either end of the BR lifespan. There is an aim to add one with British Railways lettering to the fleet, number 67650, which we found photos of at Dalmany. So that will be the third V3 once one becomes available in the right pattern at a reasonable price. So that will be another future project, and with the completion of these, I'm intending to get the 9F weathered to the full level of weathering it is in the photos I've seen, and I'll try and get some footage of Gary actually weathering that loco just to complete and round off this project. So the first two renumbered locals for club layouts and for when Leith Central is running in steam era are now complete in these two engines, and the next one to be complete will be 92019 from 92116 sat there in the background. So hopefully we'll get one of the club layouts up and running soon, and we can have these two locals running on the layouts. Maybe a stopper on Newcastleton, or working passenger trains and freight trains on Glendevon. These are ideally suited to the club's Glendevon layouts. In fact, we reviewed the fleet list for the club and we found that we've got 8, all with different running numbers. So there is quite a stud of V3s across the club, and the only thing missing is one with British Railways lettering, which is intended to be my next project after the 9F. So I will keep you posted on how things are going with the steam fleet. But now to get back to the 1980s and 1990s with what's been happening on Leith Central itself. Okay, so as mentioned in the previous update, the main focus is going to be on the station building end of the layout, which is this area here. And as you can see, the first layer of 1mm plasticard to form the base for all the roadways and platforms is now cut. This was cut from the sheets I got off eBay, which come in A3 sheets. So I got 3 A3 sheets of that, so I've got enough to do this station area out to at least the ends of these pieces of the platform here, which is the other start off. Still requiring priming and painting, but the platform end walls are now all cut to shape, and I've started work on this hydraulic buffer area here. These are based off this kit here, the Pico SL-42, the hydraulic buffer stops, but with these hydraulic buffer stops they're usually encased in an area with sort of hydraulic fuel pumps on top here, and there's like location boxes, and I'm also going to put electrification masts, end masts, into the end here, about where these lugs are. If I move around to the back, I'm going to base them off that lug there, so we get a nice central point on them. Centered across the track centres, and as you can see I've put across the front there. I'm basing this on a example I've seen examples at Lancaster especially, and it's going to be very similar to that, and there I've got some small parts out of the scrap box to build up all the parts of detailing for all this area, so hopefully that will form part of the next update. But this is just a quick look to show you what's coming and how this is getting on. So I'll just go to a quick time lapse of that piece being cut, and we'll get to some more detail on what else is going on. In the previous shot before the time lapse, the main focus of area is building up that area around the hydraulic buffers as the first detailed area, because I need to have that in before I start laying ballast. So these are just bits out the scrap box I'm intending to use, just some steps and little steel mesh grates out of I believe they're out of a Pico inspection pit kit that I had lying around, and also I've got this little old uncoupling cover here, which I thought would make a nice step in the middle, in between the buffer beams. And these are the hydraulic buffer parts out of the kit. They're actually just clipped together now, and you can extend the ends out as far as you prefer on those, and you can spring load them. I've not fitted the springs because I'm going to fix them in position before priming and painting. I'll do a full video on building up the rest of this, but these little off-cuts, these are spare parts from a helicopter kit. They're actually side searchlights from a Sea King helicopter, but two of them fitted back to back. Should make a good representation of the hydraulic fluid store for the hydraulic buffers, which were mounted in between and painted blue. So I've got 4 of those ready to do that. I've got an old location box which I'm going to fit into it somewhere. I'm going to get hold of a couple of location boxes to put on there, maybe a couple of engineers working in one of them as well if I can prop the door open. And also I've got these points here, which is I'm going to use some fine wire to form the pipes for the hydraulic fuel, but this is to mount between the actual hydraulic parts where the splitter for the hydraulic oil would go. So I've thought of that part as well. So it will be a bit of trial and error of this, but I'll try and film it the best as possible. And I'll also put some measurements in that video, but that will form a separate video. So I hope you've enjoyed this very quick update, and as I've said, there will be some interesting times coming up on Leith Central. There'll be a full review of the Duchess model, the 9F being renumbered and weathered by Gary down at club, and also this area, this detailing area here, which I can work on while it's nice. I can go and sit out on the patio and do that as well, and hopefully not drop any of the bits down the gaps in the patio. So if I get some nice weather, that video might be quicker than the others, but I'll try and get round to at least the Duchess review within the next week or so. I hope you're enjoying the summer and enjoying your modelling, and also enjoying the Rail Railway. And I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also look up the Leith Central and ANWP Facebook pages. Thanks for watching. Cheers. See you next time.